minus 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift pressure.
At nearly 400 feet tall, Starship is the largest and most powerful rocket ever built. Designed by SpaceX, it's designed to carry people and cargo beyond Earth, with the long-term goal of making missions to the Moon and Mars routine. Supporting every launch is MECHAZILLA, a towering launch structure that fuels the vehicle, stacks the rocket, and uses a pair of massive mechanical arms to stabilize and eventually catch the returning booster. Together, they form one of the most ambitious launch systems ever constructed. This video, we will be recreating the entire system in Minecraft using the Create mod and Create Aeronautics. So without any more yap, let's get into it. Alright, so right here we have this picture that ChatGPT made for us, which has pretty accurate heights, and we're gonna build using this. So right here, we're gonna start with this, the launch mount. The rocket boosters ignite, and then it goes through here and then goes out of these. So we're gonna have to incorporate that somehow. This thing is 30 blocks tall and 30 blocks wide, in both length and width. So we're gonna have to start on that first, because that's the base of our whole entire rocket. Alright, I've got some things going over here. So this is 31 blocks wide. Since I want it to be uneven, since we can have a center right here, there's the center, and then if we put all these together, this is gonna work. This thing is about 30 blocks high, 30 blocks tall, I think. Let me count. This is 24 blocks tall. Now it said 20 to 30, so I think that's okay. And also, this is where they all meet up, so I guess that would be better. We're going to have to make these slopes that are diagonal and go up. And we're also going to start filling this in and then finding the center. Right here. Now, it said that the circumference of the Starship was 9. So that means 9 blocks in length and 9 blocks in width. And that's going to be... So that's 9. And that's going to work perfectly. So just another one here, another one here, another one here. And then we'll make that into a circle. Now, before we build the actual spaceship, or the Starship, we're going to have to build this whole thing. This is the MECHAZILLA. This is going to let us catch our rockets, instead of just sinking them somewhere in the ocean. I'm going to start on this, probably the base. And we're going to be building this thing up. This is 146 blocks tall. That's really tall. Alright, we've got the base down, so I'm going to be using these big girders, metal girders, yep, and I'm going to be building up all the way, and if I don't like the design, I'll just, switch it, but this is kind of a stress test because of the height limit, so I want to see if this looks good, if it's 146 blocks tall, and if I'll need to make some readjustments to the design. So, here we go. Alrighty, this is 146 blocks tall, starting from there, starting from that base. I'm gonna leave it like that. If I need to, I'll shorten it later, but let's just start building up this whole entire tower first. And see what we can do. Alright, all 4 girders are at 146 blocks tall. And right here, exactly 100 blocks from this platform, is where the MECHAZILLA chopsticks are going to be. And 71 blocks from the platform, we're going to have this Starship loading area, kind of where the people get in the Starship. And it's about right here. That's the chopsticks. If we're talking about height from real life to Minecraft, this is not too bad. Alright, so the design right here for the tower, their structural integrity, all based off this right here. I heard that triangles are really strong, but we'll put it to the test, I guess. So this design just keeps repeating up to the end of the tower. So we're just gonna do that. Right, should be last one. There we go. And that's it. So let's get a look at this from over here. Now that doesn't look too bad, does it? Now, let's see. What do we want to do next? Guess I'll have to do these things first, and then we'll get to the chopsticks. Alright, so both of these things go up and down the MECHAZILLA. This is probably the docking to the Starship, and this is the MECHAZILLA itself, which also goes up and down. So this, I will need to, first of all, figure out the diameter of the Starship and how far away it is from the MECHAZILLA, and then make the arms reach it perfectly. So let's start on making the diameter and just the height of the super heavy booster. Alright, so this is the whole entire Starship right here. Pretty small, but it is pretty tall, so let's just make this fit the Starship first. Alright, we have stuff going here. I'm gonna make this look better. So, here we go. That's the base that we're gonna work off of, and we're gonna try to make that work. I just noticed up here, I did leave some space for that, and that's actually the thing that brings up the MECHAZILLA, and well, brings up the chopsticks. That's actually the rope pulley that brings up the chopsticks. So we're gonna have to move the chopsticks using this thing. Alright, there we go. That doesn't look too bad, but now we're going to start working on the top thing. So from the back, we can move this thing, and then on the front, we'll add an area, and then start building the MECHAZILLA. You know, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Well, due to Minecraft, it had to be a little bit more chunkier than the original, but it's not so bad. We have some space for the rope pulleys, and I'm also going to make more space from the back. Not because I forgot it or anything, because why would I? Alright, time for the fun part. Testing. So, I've added redstone contacts down there. Inside of here, I added an elevator pulley. We're going to try to connect this. Boom. Or maybe it's too far away. I think it's too far away. But this needs rotational power. For now, I think I'm just going to use a creative motor. So now this moves. Boom. Oh, it works. Did it grab it? No, it's one off. One off. Okay. Alright, attempt number 2. This should be a physics entity now. I'm not going to bring it more up than this because there's no point. But let's try bringing this down. 0. Now it should work. Alright, let's test this out. The whole thing moves down. Nothing's left. If we want it to go up, I'm going to automate this from far away. This is just for testing. It goes all the way up to its area. Then you can dock the ship from this thing. Alright. And we can automate all of this by just putting buttons or redstone links. So if I have a button right here and then press it, it's going to come all the way down and just stop. So it lines up perfectly too. So you can just get on here, and then whenever you need to get up, you will press a link, and then that link will go all the way back up. So it's like a lift, kinda. We have this platform. It comes up here, and you could step onto the ship. So pretty useful. Alright, now, the coolest part of all. We're going to make the MECHAZILLA arms. So on the picture, it's about 3 girder section long. So we're gonna bring this out right here. Alright, so if I want these to actually move, I don't think I can make this a contraption. I'll have to make it a stuck in place Sable entity. So, I might be able to make this move if I do find a thing for Sable to make it move, but for now, I'm just going to get these arms working, the chopsticks. So, I don't really know how these are gonna hold it, but I'm gonna have to play around and just test. Alright, so I've got a design working here, but this is MK1, so I might improve this. I don't know if it's the most accurate. I can't really tell because they don't give a close-up. They just give the launch as a reference. So we're gonna have to work with this. I think the catching kind of platforms would be big enough for the rocket. Yeah, I think this is good. We're gonna stay with this. But let's get these things working first. The absolute simplest way to treat this and make this work is by pretending it's a car. So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna have a clutch, an inverted clutch. We're gonna have a gear shift. And then we're gonna connect these two. And then somehow input power. Obviously, just now it's gonna be a creative motor. So right here, creative motor. It does have power, but need to make these things move. So, probably using a controller and some links. Alright, 2 links on the clutch, and then 1 link on each of the gear shifts. Now, we're gonna have to make controls. So, we want it to go forward, just forward. It's probably gonna be, I'll just do this for now. And then if I want it to go backwards, I'll do this. So backwards. Boom. Alright, there we go. Now all I have to do is just do forward and backwards. So forward, backwards. It is that simple. So let's see. Forwards. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, I didn't glue it. I think I need a bearing. Yeah, let me undo that. Alright, test number 3. Boom. Boom. Oh! You know, this is pretty bad. Okay, it's a little bit too fast. And they're in the wrong directions. That one's going in the wrong direction. I need to slow this down. I think I just need to add another one of these. That's it. Okay. Well, now it's gone. That's not supposed to happen, is it? Why is it gone? I'm gonna remove this. That's probably stopping it from moving. Alright. Okay, that's really bad. That one's getting stopped because of this. So now has nothing stopping it from moving. Better not lag out. Alrighty. You know, this is a good start. I think we're getting somewhere. Alright, so I've got a thing working here. I'm gonna automate this, but for now it's just like this. So you just flip this, it goes back to neutral, and it kind of fits in here. This is very effective because you can move it out of the way, and whenever you need it, you can always just, oh, wrong way. Boom. And the starship would catch itself, basically. Or this would catch the starship. It's big enough, I think. Might need to make it longer, but it looks to be okay. So I'm just gonna automate this and then decorate it like the actual arms. And I'll get back to you. Alright, I believe I have the first final version. I could always make this look better because it looks kinda interesting from here. But with the click of one button, it does work. So that's that. I'm actually gonna go try with the physics entity, see if it actually catches and stuff. Alright, test. We have about the size of the rocket, or the starship. And it also has 2 blocks, or 3, yeah, 3 blocks wide catchers. So we're gonna see if we can catch this good enough so it stays in place while it falls. And it works perfectly! Wow, look at this. This is beautiful. I might need to make that longer. Alright, pretending this is a rocket, because rockets auto-stabilize themselves, especially the starships. They auto-stabilize. So, if this falls straight down with its aerodynamics, I should activate it about right here. So let's this pass, and then catch onto these. Let's see. A little bit late, but it does work. Yeah, let's try that again. Wow. Ooh! Yes, perfect. Just like that, just like that. That's how it's gonna happen. And, I guess we could start on the starship now. Since the first products are done. This moves, this catches. That's all we need for now. And then we'll make it look better. Alright, so we've got this kind of design going over here. So these are going to be our Raptor engines. We're obviously going to divide these, so these are going to be for the last stage. We can get this whole entire square for the second stage, and then everything whenever we start blasting off. So, we're going to divide these into sections and turn on things depending on what we're about to do. So, let's first of all build up the rocket, and then we'll see how we can just make it look better and just work like an actual spaceship. Alright, so we've got kind of the rough base down with no decoration yet or details, but this is about the size of the super heavy boosters that are going to help the starship go up into the sky. This is the start of the starship. This is its exact height right now. So it is going to curve up here, like the tip, but this is going to be the top end point of the starship. I feel like I need to make these longer, and I also need to make them fit more, because they kind of stand out from all of this. But, first of all, we're going to test this out as a physics entity. And just only that, because they're going to be separated from this. So, let's actually see. Boom. Whole physics entity. So, I kind of want to test out the thrusters, because these are full blocks, they're not copycat. Yeah, these are full blocks, so why not, you know? Here we go. I'm just gonna set this down right here. It does fall pretty straight, so that shouldn't be a problem. Aerodynamics aren't too bad. But let's link up all of the engines and see how that works. Alright, this is it. So, we have stage 1, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Try to make it as balanced as I can. So, let's just test all these out. Wow, okay. Lever number 1. Absolutely nothing, but it would slow us down whenever we're falling. Stage 2. Slow liftoff, alright. Nice. So just medium speed. Really, really good. No, chill out. So, final stage, full throttle. Every single engine is being used in this one. Let's test it out whenever we calm down. Alright, full stop. Let's go! Oh yeah, this is it. And it works perfectly too. Engine's bugging out. Oh, it's laggy! Stop! Ooh! Alright, that was crazy laggy. You know, that's alright. With Crate Cosmonauts, hopefully it comes out soon. I don't think it's gonna be that laggy. Are we even falling? I mean, yes we are. We're 3,000 blocks up. This is crazy. So, I might as well just test out the slowing down of this. But it does slow us down, so I guess, number one's just, like, the absolute last one we should go on. But we should activate 2 around right here. And then switch to 1. And it's gonna slowly catch us. You know, and it landed not that bad. Oh, okay. Well, as the first test, it's not too shabby. Not too bad. Obviously, there has to be some improvements on balance. But other than that, this is not so bad. We can work off this. Alright, so I've added 2 additions. First of all, the catching sticks for the chopstick. And I've also added the cone, which is not that bad. It's actually pretty nice. Of a job well done here. By guess who? Huh. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, so now we're gonna do these stabilizing flap thingies. I don't know what they're called, but I know that they kind of stabilize the ship, kind of like wings that don't really move yet. They are gonna move in the future though, that's all I know. Just in this starship, they just do not move. It's more of the rotating and moving of the Raptor engines. Because they move. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that looks perfect. Alright, we're keeping that. Yeah, that looks perfect almost. These are a little bit too big and Minecrafty. But, you know, blocks. What can you do? Alright, this is it. This is the finished product so far of the Starship. So, the bottom, we have a bunch of Raptor engines. This is the heavy booster. So all of these work in sequence. I could turn it on. My sequence for this is going to be 1, 2, and then 3. As 3 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. Then I'll just do space and shift. So shift and space as these boosters. Shift being the lowest, space being the highest. We also have these that are caught by the MECHAZILLA, which I haven't made yet. I'm going to make that right now, actually. We also have copycat wings. Hopefully these work like actual flaps or sails. We also have these up here to guide the cone. And then, for the interior, I couldn't work with that much space inside of here because it was kind of small. Okay, don't do that, by the way. Anyway, go inside of here. First floor is a storage. These all work, so if I, for example, put different kinds of wood into all 3 of these vaults, and I can access them through here. They'll get sent out, and I can pick them up and have them back. Anyway, second floor is the sub-living quarters, so these are either the passengers or the lower classes that aren't the main ones. So they have a television, they have a bed, they have a seat. That's pretty much all. It's the same on both sides. Third floor is the main living quarters for the captain, the commander. So he has 2 beds. He has a kitchen. I don't know why that's like that. I think it's terracotta. Anyway, a huge television and 2 seats. So just more modern in general. Then on this floor, we have plants. So we can grow food or just have plants, or if we discover a plant, we could just put it right here. On this floor, I haven't decided what. It might be logistics of acceleration, self-navigation and stuff. Anyways, last floor, the controlling dock, the command center. This is it. This is the pilot seat and the commander seat. They have 3 televisions, with one of them being super huge. They have this link controller hub, which I'm going to use the controller with. Then if you climb up here, it's the passenger. They have all this space. They also have 3 televisions to just monitor what's happening. On a smaller scale than this, of course. But this is it for the interior. I'm going to try to make this thing fly right after I make the arms. Alright, so these are the arms for now. If you want this whole thing to move with Create Aeronautics, I recommend just getting Create Linear Motion. But for me, I kind of tried it out and it was really buggy due to Sable 2.0. That's kind of why all the physics entities, the Sable level entities, always look like that. But it's gonna get fixed, so I might do that in the future if you guys want this. Alrighty, these are the arms, fully finished. To test these out, I'm just gonna put them like this. They look really nice now, actually. Way better than last version. But the main thing is actually testing out this rocket right here. So we're gonna assemble both of these. Alright, we have this docking connector here. We're gonna turn this on because they're 2 separate entities combined together. This one is not on. Alright, let's turn this off first. Oh, shoot. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to say, I'm using liquid hydrogen to power all these. Just so it's more realistic, and I feel like they're the most fuel efficient as well. Alright, let's go. Assemble. Boom! Falls straight on top. For now it's balancing. Nothing seems to be not glued. Alright. If I pull up, it's not connecting. Okay, now it should work. Here we go. Drop this. Yes, snaps together. Now this is all one big physics entity. But I want to test out if this super heavy rocket thingy could lift all of this, not just itself. Because that was the whole entire test. Or that's the whole purpose of this rocket thing. Alright, I had to use redstone links for down here since I don't think I can use drive-by-wire in 2 different entities. But it does work, so from the top of the rocket, actually, you know what, I'm gonna sit down just to see how it looks. Just break this. Alright, so commander seat. Let's see how this looks. This looks perfect. But first, just not doing anything. Second, not even slowly lifting. We'll need full mode to even budge. There's just so many particles. It's not even budging. Alright, I've kind of tested this out, so I added these 4 huge thrusters. It's 2x2 multi-block thing, but it should give us more power to lift off. So now I'm going to try. Alright, 3, 2, 1. That's in mode 2. But the wings are working, basically. So it does seem like it's not working, but it's supposed to do this. I'm just supposed to flap it back up to stop myself from going too far down. But it is supposed to curve, because that's how you get into orbit. So the wings are working, believe it or not. I can go all the way back until I start flipping over. I went that far from base. This is it. Now I'm all the way over here. So, I don't know how I'm gonna get back, honestly. I I'm gonna need to bring this all the way back somehow. Guess I could just fly on it. Whoa, it's working! Our rocket's working. Ooh! Okay. Flip. Alright, I also connected this to the controller as S. Oh! Too far, too far, too far. Okay, that's bad, that's bad. I need to chill out on that. 45 degrees, I'm pretty sure. So let's put this down. Drop this. Now it should catch. Yes, there we go. So, once I make it, there will be a self-navigation system, basically. I'm planning on later I'm planning on making a self-navigation system where those, vector thrusters can turn or pivot in its own place so they can go back and forth without needing to flip the whole ship over. And that will basically allow it to fly itself over to this spot. If we just put like a lodestone right here, it's gonna go to it. So, but that's gonna be in V2. So this is V1, it goes upwards, that's all we need for now. So, I'm just gonna end it on here because I did make the entire build of what we wanted to. The heavy booster, Starship, the MECHAZILLA tower, and the chopsticks. So this is it for now. I'm gonna make V2 if this video blows up. It's gonna have a self-navigation system. I'm gonna make it look better and all that stuff. I'm gonna post this on createmod.com. I'm gonna paste this on createmod.com as a schematic. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the whole entire build for now. I'll try to incorporate create linear motion in right here in V2. But this is, in fact, this is technically operational. You can use this, but it's just kind of hard to.